Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Russ and I drive my 2024 Subaru Forester Sport here. On this channel I tell you everything about this car and my ownership experience, but in this video in particular, let's talk about the first winter of my Subaru Forester. So I got this car at the end of May of 2024, and basically right now, today it's March 19th. So yeah, the first winter is behind us and I live in New York. And we had an interesting winter. It wasn't too brutal, but we definitely had 3 or 4 snow days. And in this video, I just want to talk to you about how this car performed during its first winter. So to me, it's not really a winter unless you have snow days. And luckily this year we had like 3 or 4 snow days, and I was lucky enough to drive this car during all of them. So let me tell you about my experience doing so. I think the biggest takeaway, guys, for me was just how good this car feels in the snow. Driving it was such a pleasure and it was so easy and I felt so planted. Honestly, I was so surprised, especially when you have those snow days and you see all these front wheel drive cars spinning and can't get out of parking spots. I felt so planted and so safe driving. And I mean, yeah, you hear about symmetrical all-wheel drive, but you can't really feel it at least I can't really feel the benefits of it when you drive through, say, I don't know, a light rain or even heavy rain. But on snow, wow, I had no issues getting out of parking spots. I mean, I was driving over snow, intentionally getting myself into some deep snow, and this car was like a tank. It was just going anywhere I wanted to go, and it was such a pleasure to drive it, and I felt completely secure and safe. And of course, I had to try the X mode. Unfortunately, X mode does disable after you go past, I believe, like 18 miles an hour. But honestly, if you saw the state of the roads when I was driving, even doing like 15 miles an hour is plenty. You were sort of like creeping slowly, not too fast, taking those corners, and I felt the X mode. I felt all 4 wheels engaged. When I tried to brake, I felt like such a planted feel, like, and I definitely felt like the car was behaving differently, and it was an amazing feeling. So from the driving perspective, this is my first time driving Subaru Forester in the snow. I was blown away. In fact, I'm a little sad that it's springtime now, and we're most likely not gonna have another snow day, and I wish we could have some snow days. In fact, I wish I could just flip my fingers like this and all this would be covered by snow and I could just, yeah, drive it in snow again at least a few more times. It was that much fun and I truly enjoyed it. It was not scary. And yeah, I did buy a shovel and just in case I get stuck, but luckily didn't need it, not even once. And yeah, it was a good experience from the driving perspective. When winter was here, we didn't just have some snow, we had some really brutally cold days. And at that point, the use of the Subaru app, my Subaru app, was critical. I'm so happy that I paid, what is it, $99 for 3 years to have that app, because in the summer, I used it all the time to basically cool down the car before we get to the car, before me and my family get to the car. The car was already cool. And it was amazing because obviously in the summer, the car is like over 100 degrees, but you're still home, you turn it on, boom, the car is running for 10 minutes, you get to the car, it's frosty cool, and it's a pleasure to get into as opposed to suffering inside and waiting for the AC to cool it. But in the winter, it worked the same wonderful way where I was home, I would turn the app on, and the car was running for 10 minutes, and by the time we come to the car, it would already be nice and warm. I measured it takes about 4 to 6 minutes to fully heat up the car to the point where it's freezing and you could see steam coming from your mouth when you speak, to the point where it's like toasty and you feel like you want to take off your jacket. So yeah, it takes about 4 to 6 minutes depending on how cold it is. But overall, the way this car is heating up, it's very fast. And even if you don't have the app or forgot the app, Like I said, 4 to 6 minutes on the max. And the car is very comfortable to drive. Also, what I like to do is, I noticed by accident, is if I have my heating in the on position and I forgot to turn it off and I just shut off the car, then when I turn the car on from the app, not only does the car turn on, the engine turn on, and the heating starts working, also the seat heating gets turned on as well because it was left in the on position. As a result, it was a happy accident, so to speak, and a few times I would come to the car, and not only was the car warm on the inside, but my seat was very warm, which was definitely very welcome. So yeah, using the app this winter was very critical, and I loved it. And since I already mentioned seat heating, I just want to say one more time, seat heating is amazing. It has two positions, low and high, and you feel it right away. If I would turn it on right now, on high, usually I would just go straight to high. In less than a minute, you already feel how it turns on, and it works really good. And back in December, I had some back problems and my back was hurting. So I was riding in the car with the seat heating on pretty much the whole time, and it just gave me that nice warm feeling to my lower back, and I loved it. So yeah, no complaints for the seat heating. 2 thumbs up. Works really good and really fast, and you could really feel it. I love seat heating on this car. So yeah, while the seat heating was an amazing feature that I used a lot this winter, I wish this 2024 Subaru Forester Sport came with heated steering wheel. I mean, when I got this car in what, May of last year, of course, in the summer, you don't think about seat heating. You don't think about heated steering wheel. Like what? It's summer outside. It's very hot. You don't think about these things. But this winter, I would get in the car is warm, my seat is warm. I love it. My hands are freezing. I would put them on the steering wheel, and yeah, all of this, I don't know, plastic lever, whatever you would call it, like it would take a while to heat up. And yeah, sometimes I would just grab this and it would be so cold, and I was just like, oh man, I wish this car had a heated steering wheel, but unfortunately it was not offered, not even as an option. I mean, this is 2024 Super Forester Sport without the optional package 24, I believe is the name. They give you extra things like music, power liftgate, reverse automatic braking, and what else am I forgetting? Oh yeah, bigger screen. So yeah, this car does not have the optional package 24, but even if I did go for that package, it still would not come with the heated steering wheel. And yeah, I wish my car had it. But I will tell you what, even on the higher trims, the steering wheel is set up in such a way where I believe the top portion is not heated, so it's just these places where you're holding the steering wheel, which, okay, I get it. I mean, better than nothing. But yeah, I read many people complaining that it doesn't heat up all the way, which could be an issue because when you're spinning the wheel, getting out of parking spaces or just making turns, you obviously want to grab onto something warm. And yeah, I get it. But I don't even have that option or that luxury. And this winter, I definitely wish I had it. And before then, I honestly thought that this was sort of like a gimmick. And wow, yeah, heated steering wheel, really? No, who needs that? Come on. But yeah, I wish I had it. And speaking of being cold and uncomfortable, while yes, I have to confess that this car has really good seat heating, it warms up very fast. Unfortunately, if you're driving this on cold days, your feet are most likely going to be cold. I mean, mine were, and I don't have problems with circulation. My feet and hands are always warm, but it's not just me. My wife is usually sitting right here, and while you get air to your face and it's hot, it always feels like it's not enough hot air coming to the footwell section. And yeah, of course, you could spin this dial and direct all air to go straight to your feet and only to your feet. Most of the time it's like this, but even if you're like super cold and your feet are cold, you could direct all the airflow to your feet. But guess what, guys? It's not really helping. I tried it, like on the max. Sometimes my feet are really, really cold. And yeah, it doesn't happen in cars usually, not at all. But here on cold days, I noticed that I have to like really make it uncomfortably hot in the entire car just for my feet to have a chance to warm up. And of course, that's a big letdown. I mean, I wish that, yeah, this car was sending more hot air to your feet, but even if you choose to do so, it's just not enough. It feels like it's not enough. But yeah, that's something that I did not like about this car this winter. And of course, I have to mention the CVT. I don't know if you're new to this channel or if you ever watched my previous videos. If you have, I'm sorry for repeating myself, but in case you're new here, I'll just say this. Basically, when I got the car, I started reading the manual. It's 550 pages. I actually enjoy reading the manual because so many questions that I might have or don't even have yet, I answered there, right, in black and white. It's all there. But basically, I was reading through this, going slowly, basically getting answers to stuff that I needed in the moment. But then suddenly it got cold, and around November, I think it got cold, and of course I didn't finish the 550 something pages of the manual yet. And then suddenly I come to the car after warming it up for 10 minutes through the app. I get to the car, it's warm, I start going, and the CVT just sounds like, makes weird sound, like it's cold or something, like it has a cold. I mean, it was cold, but it just sounds like it's sick or something, like it has a cough or something. Yeah, it's weird, it's hard to explain. The mic could not, even though I tried to record it, driving with that sound on, the mic can't really pick it up, but you feel that something is wrong. It's just, usually it's like smooth as butter, but there it just feels rough and like the car doesn't want you to drive it, honestly. Like something's off. And it kind of freaked me out. Then I drove for like 5-10 minutes, stopped, restarted the engine, and the sound was gone. I'm like, that's weird. Then next time it doesn't happen, then another time it does happen again. So I'm just like, okay, it's probably to do with the cold. So I'm just like, okay, I know it's gonna go away after I drive it for a few minutes, and it did. But yeah, then I read the manual, and of course the answer was in the manual, luckily, that basically it says that when there are colder temperatures, sometimes the coolant is cold, I believe. I think they're talking about the coolant, and the car will sound different, and that's normal. So just keep driving it and take it easy, and the sound's gonna go away. And checks out completely. That's exactly what happened, but now I know. But if you're driving for the first time and if you're not crazy like me and you don't want to read the manual, just keep that in mind. That something does happen. This car is very susceptible to temperature changes, and yeah, in the summer when it's humid, I would get CVT behaving in a way where the torque converter would release, and it's like a very pronounced way where you come into a stoplight and the car suddenly starts to surge forward like by 1 mile an hour, and that happens on really humid days. It doesn't really happen in winter all that much, but in the cold days, in the winter, yeah, that's what I got. Sometimes the car just sounds like it had a cold or something, and it doesn't want you to drive it fast or at all for that matter. But all that is normal, but just something that I found out the hard way, so to speak. So yeah, that's something to let you know. But overall then, honestly, feel like the car has passed its first winter of flying colors. I was very happy with this car, the way this car drove, the way, I mean, it performed. I felt super secure and super safe driving myself and my family with me. And yeah, the snow basically did not stop us, and it felt completely comfortable and at ease to drive this car in the winter. In fact, I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to more snow days because it's fun. You definitely feel like, I don't know how to say it without being too cocky, sounding too cocky, but like I felt superior driving in this car, and you get that feeling easily when you drive past one block and you see like a bunch of Camrys trying to spin their wheels, getting out of the parking spot, and you just cruise by, not an issue. And your X mode is on, and you're taking those corners, and you just feel completely planted and at ease. Yeah, it's a good feeling. And after this winter, I think like I definitely love this car a whole lot more. And yeah, I'm very happy. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and please like and subscribe for more useful videos like this.